Okay, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, all's good. Okay, so I'll move on with the interview. So, as mentioned in the email, we'll ask you just some basic questions, and then at the end, you'll have a chance to ask those questions as well.
Mhm.
And if there's anybody that may join us, for example, like other UCL students, then they will
Yeah,
be able to ask questions for you as well. So this
great.
session is recorded and will be uploaded online for voters to view.
Mhm.
And we can see that you have nominated yourself for the secretary role for now.
Yeah,
So could you please introduce yourself? So including your name, your year of study, and also what you're studying.
sure. So I'm Nicole Bloom. I'm going into my second year of the Bachelor's Psychology course, which is undergrad.
Okay, perfect. So for the first question, what makes you suitable for this role as a secretary?
So I've had experience with organizing meetings, admin side, having previous roles as STEM ambassador, prefect, and deputy out of sixth form. And I think of myself as quite an organized person, and I have no problem communicating with members of societies or even the department, lecturers, professors. I wouldn't have a problem emailing anyone. So yeah.
Okay, perfect. And what do you think are some difficulties that you foresee might happen when you implement your plans that you've mentioned in your manifesto? And how do you think that you'll solve them?
I mean, I think in my manifesto, I talked about, I'd really love to organize some socials and events. And I understand that as secretary, that would not be my key role, as my key role is more kind of ensuring the admin side of the
Mm.
society and ensuring that members understand what's going on within committee decisions and providing support for the committee members. However, I would love to still help organize socials and events by, helping the socials officers or the events officers, because I know they can be also quite busy. I know my role as secretary would be busy as well, but I'm sure I can always lend a helping hand, and that's what I'm always here for as well as secretary.
And do you think there are any difficulties that might happen once you're in the secretary role?
Definitely, probably trying to organize everyone's schedule, like ensuring that everyone is available for a meeting at the same time, because I know that meetings between committee members are big. Ensuring clear communication between members of the society as well. But I hope that would be able to be cleared up with, a newsletter or creating a forum of sorts to ensure that everyone's times are available for a slot to arrange meeting as well.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. And just one second to last question. Do you have anything else to share that's not in your manifesto? It can be anything about you or about your hopes for next year or anything.
Yeah, so I think my hopes for next year is this year I'm a first year. I haven't been able to put myself in a committee this year. I'd really love the opportunity to, integrate myself more into the Psychology Society or the PAL Society. I really loved the past two events we've held, being able to, get to meet more of my um, students and people in my degree and within the PALS department. So I'd really enjoy that. And I also just hope to challenge myself and learn from this position as well. Yeah, and I hope to continue to stay in the Psychology Society next year as well.
That's perfect. I'm glad to hear that as well. Lastly, do you have any questions for us?
Uh,
It can be anything about the sock, or if you don't, like, it's completely fine.
yeah, I just suppose like as in more clarity as to what the secretary role offers. Like there was some general outlines, but it wasn't super specific. So do you have any additional notes? I know it said organizing meetings, creating notes. I'll put some other things I'd like to do in my manifesto, but what would you guys like to see from a secretary position if I were to be elected?
So because our SOC is still at the development stage, we're still creating our foundations. So as listed in the role descriptions, so there'll be a lot of administrative tasks, so organizing meetings, to ensuring that our team is working like efficiently, and also to ensure that everything, like the communication part, is smooth. And um there isn't anything that's out of the description that I can think of right now, but if there's anything that comes up maybe in the future.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it's basically a very flexible role, but it's mostly for admin things. But obviously, if you like to involve yourself in other things to help out as well, like that's completely fine as well.
Perfect. Yeah. I suppose that's it really from my side.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you for joining this session, and thank you for taking your time.